here's these pictures, okay? You look through them and you find one you think is interesting that we want to talk about. Let me see which one you picked. Wow, look at all those guys. What are some things you see in that picture?
I see that they are in the middle of nowhere and bullets on their shoulders so they can get their guns loaded. Mm-hmm. And they have clothes on, like green clothes on.
So they what? Why do they think they have green clothes?
So they can blend in with the grass.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they feel safer having their buddies with them?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if they have their buddies with them, that they can focus more instead of being really scared. They can be like, oh, I have a buddy with me. I can do the things that I need to do instead of focus what's around me and being scared.
Yeah. That was a while ago. Do you think they're still friends today?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they don't really forget about what happens when they come home. And they can remember all their friends' names and all that.
Yeah. If they were standing here, what would you say to them?
I would say, thank you for fighting and bringing freedom.
Let's look at this picture. What are you holding in your hand?
One of the Vietnam soldiers holding a gun.
What's he holding a gun for, you think?
To be ready for a battle.
Do you think he wants to hold it?
Yes.
Why?
Because he wants everyone safe.
Is he protecting just himself?
No.
Who else?
Everybody.
Like who? Who's everybody?
All the people in the world.
In the world? In America?
Yes.
Do you think he's out there by himself?
No.
Who's with him?
The other soldiers.
So when you look at that picture, what do you see?
Just two young men, and I see they look so happy in this picture, and they look so close, like best friends. But you can, it's nice to see their happiness, but you could just imagine that this is just a moment.
And what about now? Do you think when they see each other now, what do you think? How do you think?
I think they're probably still best friends, like brothers. That's how I would imagine them.
If they were standing here with us, what do you think you would say to them?
Thank you, and glad that they're here, for sure, and just hope that they're happy.
You picked a picture. What do you see in that picture?
Two guys sitting with two guns.
Do you think those guys want to be there? You think they do?
Yeah.
Why do you think they want to be there? What's going through their heart telling them they want to be there?
To save their family and friends.
Yeah. Think they're good friends?
Yeah.
Do you think they knew each other before they got there?
No.
And then why are they friends now?
Because they are helping each other fight.
So if they were to get together now, say they're 40 years older, and they were to get together again and see each other for the first time, what would you think they would say to each other?
I remember you.
Nothing else?
No.
Well, that's a busy one. What do you think those guys are saying to each other? Could they pick up the phone and call home and say, hey, Mom, Dad, how's it going?
No.
Why not?
Because they didn't have television and phones and...
Yeah. Did they feel like they were alone?
They probably felt a little alone, but they probably felt good around other soldiers.
Around their buddies, right?
Yeah.
Do you think these guys knew each other before they got there? you think they became friends? Why do you think they did?
By bonding and finding things that they might have in common.
And it's what, 40 plus years later. What do they have in common today? They live in different parts of the country, but they get together. What do they have in common?
That they fought for freedom.
If these guys were standing right here behind me, like right here on behind me, what would you say to them?
Thank you for fighting for our country.
Does that look comfortable to live in for a year?
No. No, definitely not. Imagine, the conditions that they live in, what they go through every day, and just, what they're living through is, unimaginable. But, the way technology has grown and where they, were positioned 40 years ago is, definitely difficult to imagine, and, definitely couldn't picture myself there, and, for what these guys gave up for a country, and it's, very unselfish, and, the character that these guys have is, pretty amazing.
You know what freedom means?
That we have the right to do things.
What kind of things?
Like, you could go wherever you want and do things you want without anybody else having to tell you what to do.
Is that important to you?
Yes.
What would your life be like if you didn't have freedom?
I wouldn't have a happy life.
And how do you think you get freedom? Is it just given to you? Do you think we were just given freedom? America, you have freedom. Do you think that's how it worked?
You had to fight for your own freedom.
Yeah. Why? Why do you think you had to fight for it?
Because there were other countries that wouldn't let us be free.
Right. When you look at that picture, what do you see in that picture? Why did you like that one the most?
Because of the background.
What's in the background?
There's
grass.
And it's a backpack on.
Yeah. What do you think's in his backpack?
Grenades.
What else?
Different kind of guns and blankets and pillows so he can sleep somewhere.
So you think he's there by himself? So how do his buddies help him?
Just in case if he's alone, he could die and there wouldn't be anybody to tell him there might be a battle.
If this guy was standing right here next to us today, what would you tell him?
If he felt scared a little.
Do you think he was scared?
Probably. Because you don't know what's around you.
What do you see in that picture?
Bunkers. Those must be some sort of bombs or something. I don't know. Is that what they are?
Yeah. Hand grenades.
Hand grenades?
Smoke grenades, stuff like that.
Okay.
You think he wanted to be there?
Yes.
Why?
Because our soldiers are very dedicated, honorable people. And I no matter what, if the call's made, they go. And they serve. And these guys got a raw deal, in my mind. Sorry.
Why?
Because the American people didn't welcome them. It wasn't their fault. They just were doing what they were called to do. It was their duty to go and serve. And they did, honorably.
Do you think he'd go back if he was asked?
Yes. I think once a soldier, always a soldier. Yeah.
If they left the war and went 40 years without seeing each other and suddenly they got back together, it'd be a pretty momentous occasion.
I think it would be. I think it'd be a very emotional occasion. And hopefully healing if that's what they needed. Yeah.
If that guy was standing right here next to me, what would you say to him?
I'd give him a hug. And I would say thank you. Thank you for doing your duty.